So when I was in my third trimester with my third child, I suffered from a lot of back pain and hip pain. A friend recommended to try out prenatal yoga. So I gave it a try, and after just about a week, my flexibility was improving along with my strength and my balance, and there was no hip pain or back pain anymore. There are a lot of asanas or poses that I couldn't do when I was pregnant, but I couldn't wait to try them out. So 10 weeks after birth, I dove headfirst into yoga, and I haven't looked back since. So what is yoga? They describe it as a physical, mental, and spiritual practice that originated over in India about 5,000 years ago. There are a total of 8 branches or limbs of yoga, but the asanas are the most commonly practiced. I have been instructing yoga classes at our local fitness center for 2 years now, and I have enjoyed every minute. But now that I'm heading into the coaching world, my biggest focus is to build the knowledge of yoga in our high schools. I want to create better athletes by persuading schools into incorporating yoga into their daily practices and to build the student athletes' flexibility, strength, balance, breath, and mindfulness. Before games and practices, one would see athletes stretching as part of their warm-up. Some of the static stretches include pulling the arm over the head, across the chest, and behind the back. To stretch the legs, the athletes sit down and stretch over the legs and reach towards the toes. I believe that these forms of stretches are not as effective as the ones practiced in yoga. When performing stretches commonly used in yoga, they're getting a deeper stretch, pinpointing one muscle group or a group of muscles all at the same time. So different ones would be just a nice bend, or eagle arms when you cross over and lift the hands up. These stretches really open up the ribs and the back and allow for better breathing as well. So Elizabeth Matzkin says that joint and muscle flexibility play a key role in range of motion. Greater arc of motion allows more force to be exerted during exercise movements like golf swing, swimming stroke, or baseball pitch. So if athletes were to add stretches found in yoga to their current workouts, the athlete's skill would benefit and improve even more. Athletic programs at schools across the nation have created strength and conditioning programs for their students. These strength and conditioning programs are great for building muscles, but I believe that incorporating strength and balance poses from yoga into the practices would build a stronger, more balanced athlete. Nicholas Nubile says yoga can be just as effective as weights when it comes to building a stronger, more impressive physique. But yoga company Gayam says that with the regular yoga practice, one can reduce the risk of injury. Yoga tones muscles all over your body in balance with each other and creates muscle endurance. Elizabeth Matzkin states that flowing through yoga poses enhances balance and coordination as well as concentration. By improving balance, you can reduce the risk of falls and improve techniques when exercising, leading to better performance overall. So by adding strength and balance posing into practice, I believe the athletes' overall endurance would be improved. So like Warrior 2, you stretch here, and then the typical one that you see for yoga is tree pose. And those are just a couple of mini poses that there are. With athletes being in more than one sport, some of the most common things between each sport are the breathing and mental processes of the game. I believe that if yoga was included in athletic programs, it would improve breathing techniques and it would help with concentration and mindfulness. Brie Galiciano, author of Yoga for Athletes, A Little Goes a Long Way, who's also a coach, says to help integrate both breath and being present in their bodies, space, and movement, I like to end with guided mindfulness or meditation. A great form of mindfulness is Shavasana pose, or what's called corpse pose. Corpse pose is the final pose in most sequences and can be one of the toughest to do. Person's supposed to lay down, arms outstretched, and clear their mind of all thoughts, relax, and focus on their breath. It's recommended to do it about 6 minutes of every hour practice during yoga. Schools are doing a great job of building strong athletes by strength and conditioning programs, but I believe that including yoga in their practices, those athletes will be able to push their potential even farther. By including yoga in those everyday practices, the athletes would improve on their flexibility, their strength and balance, their breath, and their mindfulness.